heard about HC Media about 27 years ago when my husband and I first were married and moved into Haverhill. Just happened to be watching TV one night. We were flipping through the channels and there was a city council meeting on, and then over the weekend we saw that there was a football game on. HC Media is very important to the community. HC Media brings a lot of different programming to a very wide spectrum of people, from their city council meetings to the football games to musicals and things that Haverhill High puts on, to events downtown. One of my favorite events that they do televise is the Santa Parade. And I was fortunate to be asked one year to MC with Frank Novak.
We're so glad you're here. What would you like to say to them?
Great to be back in my favorite New England city.
And I felt like a movie star. It was probably one of the best days of my life. It was a lot of fun. And they're able to bring all these things to people who maybe can't get out or don't want to go out in the evening to a city council meeting. Another great program that they have is for the elections on election night, when the polls are closing and coming in, and they're showing you the winners, and sometimes they have the winners come to the studio. I think that's a nice touch too, because it's a hometown and it's a local feel, and people like to see these type of programming. So I think HC Media is very important to our community. Well, what got me interested in making my own show was through the Haverhill Public Library. I'm a Friends board member and past president, and we like to do PSAs for our book sales. And so in order to do the PSAs, you needed to be a member so you could check out the equipment and learn how to use the equipment. And they have classes for this. So I took a class. It was a three-part class. And in one of the parts, you get to role play. And one person is the interviewer and one person is the interviewee. And when the person was asking me my hobbies, I was talking about my passion for cooking and my family. In an Italian family, everything revolves around food. Either it's a cookout, a birthday party, a Christmas Eve celebration, or a funeral. Everything just revolves around food. So I wanted to share my passion. And production assistant Sarah said to me, "Jen, why don't you do a cooking show for us?" And I thought, you know what, I think I can do that. And so one thing led to another. Sarah and I had a couple brainstorming sessions, and voila, Everyday Cucina came to fruition. So the experience that I've had with making my own show is unbelievable. Everyday Cucina is shot here in my home, and it's not shot down at HC Media. So that means you have to check out the equipment, and you bring it all here, and they set it up. And I have another part of that too. I need to grocery shop, clean my house, make sure everything's prepped and ready to go for the show. Sometimes you need to make two different dishes because you need to have something going in the oven that's uncooked and something coming out of the oven that is the finished product. So there's a lot of tricks to what I need to do here at my house. And of course, when you have a food show on a big network, you have people. Well, I consider myself the people because I need to do from soup to nuts. I have a great crew who actually does pick the equipment up for me and does edit, because yours truly is not that good at editing. But we have a great crew and we all work together, and I think that's what makes the show what it is. The resources that HC Media gives to you in order for you to produce your show, I'm very impressed with, because there's a lot of equipment. They put a lot of trust in you. As long as you take the class and you're pretty proficient on using the equipment, you know, it's pretty impressive what they have to lend you. I mean, between lighting and the cameras are beautiful. They shoot in 4K. So they have the high-tech equipment that you need to put on a very nice production. So Everyday Cucina has really impacted my life in so many different ways. First, I can't even believe that people actually watch the show, which is pretty exciting to me. I've had ladies come up in the grocery store and say, hey, I think I know you. And I'll be like, okay, maybe from the library. And they're like, no, are you on that show? Or aren't you that chef? And I do correct them because I'm not a chef. I am a cook. I have a little following, which is really cute. And I have about 300 and some people on my Facebook page. I had a great experience with Haverhill Magazine. They asked me to be in their fall edition, which was really nice and very unexpected. And they did a 3-page spread about me and my cooking, and that was pretty exciting. And just all the episodes that I do for Everyday Cucina is really fun. I try to make different dishes and come up with some different things. And basically, you don't need a recipe, because if you have an idea on how to cook and you know what your family likes, you just add those ingredients. You know, you have some chicken, make some herbs, make a little sauce with chicken broth, and there you go. There's your dinner with some rice. It's easy. Cooking is easy. And, you know, every Italian family cooks differently. It might be this one recipe, but they all add something or take away something, which is funny. From my grandmother, who was a fantastic cook, and I've spoken about her on the show many times. You know, she had this fabulous garden, and she would go out in the morning and pick all the fresh food for dinner, and the house always just smelled so good. And even though I was pretty young when she died, I still, you know, would watch her cook, and used to help her bake bread for Christmas Eve and Easter and the homemade pasta. And then my mother's a fabulous cook, so I've watched her, and she has taught me things. And I'd like to pass that on to my son, which I think I have. Nick is a great cook, and I enjoy when he wants to cook with me. It's a lot of fun. So the overall reaction from my family and friends about Everyday Cucina has been really great. As most of you know, Joe and I, my husband, aren't originally from around here. I'm from a town called Houston, PA, which is a very small town in southwestern Pennsylvania. They've been great. They have been so supportive of my show. They watch it either via HC Media's website, or they watch it through my Facebook page. The Houston Volunteer Fire Department has been wonderful too. My brother has been a member there for 27 years, and they had me make a banner, and for their pumpkin festival, I hang the banner and I get a little publicity for the show, and I have people come over and talk to me about the show when I'm there. It's a really great community weekend and festival. There's a small radio station in my hometown, and I've been interviewed on that, which was really fun. And the people here in Haverhill have been great too. So this has been a really good experience and a lot of fun, and I hope that I can, you know, do more shows and be creative with my shows, and I'm always looking for suggestions. I want people who watch this show to think that cooking is easy, and they can do it too. If you have a passion and you like to do something like music or cooking or creating things, and you would like to do a show, I would encourage you to contact HC Media and become a member and learn to use their equipment and get on their schedule and do your thing. It's so easy to do. They're so welcoming, they're so friendly, and they're big cheerleaders on, hey, let's do this, and hey, I love that idea, why don't we try that? So I think it's so easy to do it, and if you're interested, you need to call them. My name is Jennifer Scarci, and I'm producer and host of Everyday Cucina.